I don't know what you're talking about. Pay attention, casters. I pay attention. Just sometimes it's not attention to the game. All right. Let's find me a demo man. Chris, watch the Chris cam.
A little bit of a. There we go.
Yeah, sometimes
All
it's best to
right,
have,
and
just have
we're
a little bit of a
underway.
hiccup. Chris knows his rollout pretty well. He's a good demo
Oh,
man here.
Dana, a little bit of a missed jump on his rollout, but he's making it. Or, excuse me, Veronica.
Wow, Chris got there way before the red demo man, and so he's going to be able to put those stickies out, zone out that point, and that's going to be really important. Now the spam's coming in for both teams. Blue team's mostly sticking behind their crates, except for the Roman soldier, who's just really getting a lot of damage going in up here before he gets taken out. So red gets taken out. I mean, half their entire
Yeah,
team right away. Um,
yeah, only one down for blue. Half the team's gone for red, so they're going to be pushing right on.
yeah, and they're getting pressured onto the Spyro already. Spyro having to drop back here with his medic, who is, by the way, Cord today. And they pretty much are just going to walk back and turtle up in here. Both teams did manage to maintain their Uber, so it's going to be. They're complaining a little bit about how choppy the server is for them. That kind of sucks, but it happens.
Jenny,
Um,
Jenny going heavy for the team. No engineer, but there's usually a heavier engineer when you get to the last point. A scout being on defense for the last point, kind of a liability. So you want the heavier classes to sort of turtle down in.
yeah. Now we've got. I kind of don't like this. Everybody from Water Vapor here is in the upper lobby here. They were pretty much all standing right next to each other and kind of waiting. It seemed like they were kind of like, okay, do we push in now or do we not push in now? So there's a little bit of hesitancy there, and I think it may have cost them a little bit. They went and tried to send in a soldier, Marmaduke, to the point, but that didn't work very well. So they're down one right now. They do manage to take out BSC from Fruit.
Little bit of a miscommunication there, a little bit punished, but they're still holding both sides pretty well.
Yep, and that heavy there is really going to be able to stop any sort of spam coming in from the lower lobby. Of course, that's pretty normal. The most of the time, people aren't going to try to push in from this lower area because it's too easily shot at by everything. So they try to tend to go from up here or from around the side. Mike checking out the sides, but he sees that he is seen. So that means, of course, he's going to say, well, it's probably not a very good idea to try to push down here. The heavy even popping over because it looks like they may be
Austin's
trying to make
got
a strong
his
showing.
Uber up there, about 20% away for the red medic. So
Yeah, they've been really building an Uber pretty aggressively on Water Vapor, but then they haven't been making much use of it. We've got some pipe spam coming over here, but not a lot of sticky traps. Looks like all the stickies are either on the door or possibly they're no, they're not up there. I can't tell where the other ones are. So the Uber is popped for Water Vapor, and it's counter popped once again for fruit vendors. Looks like fruit
heavy goes
vendors
down.
lose to the heavy. Yep, I think they've lost their demo man, have they? So yeah, with their demo man down, they can't sticky that point, and that's going to be what Water Vapor needs to try and push in. Sadly, their push not quite good enough, so everybody pretty much goes down. It's a total team wipe for Water Vapor. Cord though is down, so I think the Uber timings are going to be just about the same for both teams, and it's going to be difficult for Fruit to push out right away. They still have to watch that point, but they should be able to recap Spire here.
Yeah, it looks like
Well, maybe
everyone.
not.
No,
We've got stickies on the point, and I think we've got Mike sitting up here as well. So they're trying to be a little bit aggressive here with their positioning on fruit vendors, but I don't know. They may not be able to push out hard here.
and you gotta appreciate how well the demo on the blue team played that, getting the stickies back up there. He wanted to get there in time, get the stickies up there, so they couldn't rush the point while everyone else was coming there.
We've actually got Remix going Spy, but I don't think that's going to work out very well for him. He does manage to take out Dana, actually, so killing a scout in exchange for showing your spy. Of course, that's still not a good thing. When you've got that spy, you really want to get a pick on like the demo man or the medic coming in here. So I don't know about what Remix is actually trying to pull right now. I don't think it's going to work anymore.
Yeah, he's gonna have to switch. Once you get that one kill as
There
a
goes
spy,
Marmaduke.
it's pretty much it. You're gonna have to. You're
Oh,
gonna have to get off
That's
the
not
class.
actually Marmaduke. That was, of course, the spy dead ringer. But I think Fruit's going to know that. So we've got basically Water Vapor once again trying to hold their upper lobby. Remix, of course, needs to. Yeah, dead ringer was a terrible choice. Remix needs to probably change back to Soldier when he comes back up, and that's what he's done. Remix, of course, known for doing some innovative off-classing, if we want to be generous.
Yeah.
Normally you really want that soldier to remain as a soldier for most of the match. So Uber charge 100% for both teams here, and they're pretty much just waiting to see who makes a mistake first. Dana is down, and so with one down, of course, that's going to mean a big advantage for Water Vapor. They are going to push in here, and they're going to try and push fruit vendors into their spawn. They do force the pop because that door stayed open,
Tor,
and there they go. They managed to cap the
Tor
point.
did a good job holding his Uber, but might have been holding it a little bit too long to defend the point.
Yep. That's exactly true. They just didn't have enough out there to. It basically the Ubers canceled each other out, and since there was actually already one down for fruit vendors, that meant it was basically 3 against 4 situation on the point.
Second time, Dana kind of messed up the rollout a little bit, so he won't be there in time to get the stickies out to the middle point.
Yeah, so once again, that's going to give Blue Team a pretty aggressive position here. Marmaduke looks like he's going to go down again. No, that's a remix, actually. Marmaduke's still up. Chris is down as well. This is a pretty brutal fight here going on. We've got Spyro and Dana down for Fruit, but their looks like their Uber percentage is just about even. Fruit actually has a little bit higher, but it's only going to be like 1 or 2 seconds difference. This time, Water Vapor is on the back foot.
There was a little bit of a good even middle fight there. Fruit took control fairly early on. Was able to start the cap early, so they were able to put them on the defensive a little bit easier.
Wow, actually, it looks like Water Vapor wanting to say, "No, sir, you can't have my Spire." And they do manage to make that Uber pop for Fruit, so they're going to have the Uber advantage here, popping second, meaning, of course, if they can get that medic, which is what they want to do, they'll be in a great position. They do manage to get the medic. Wow, what a great shot by Remix there.
And that
So
was a
I don't know why I'm watching
that
Speed
was a
Hack. There we go.
very Uber. He timed that. He timed that very well, holding the Uber as long as possible, so he could take advantage of the invincibility time at the end.
Oh, yeah, just looking at this. Shout out to Speed Hack's ping for sure. Speed
Oh,
Hack, I
a
do
medic
believe.
pop right there. A medic kill
Yeah,
there.
Miss Awesome going down. Didn't have an Uber, so I can't make fun of her for that. But of course, I know she would get a little bit irked at me if I had anyway. Yeah, Speed Hack. I do believe he's playing from Europe, so that may be the reason for his manly ping, as was stated in the. Oh, and Mike is taken out. So that's going to mean Spire is capped for fruit vendors, and it looks like Water Vapor is on about a 20% Uber disadvantage right now. Fruit being aggressive. That's what you like to see. Got Heavy on the point. Medic kind of where the medic should be. And with a Heavy here, sometimes you really want to see the team go, the other team, the attacking team, go sniper to try and counter that Heavy. But yeah, they'd have to walk all the way back to their spawn doors to do that right now. Jenny actually went down, so we'll have to see if there's going to be any creative off-classing from them to try and to solve the Heavy solution.
And Jenny does indeed go sniper. Sniper really good for this tunnel here. Gives them a good shot of both of the spawn doors, where the medic kind of likes to hang out, build that Uber in the spawn where it's relatively safe, and you get the sniper headshot or even a body. Actually, we got a sniper on both teams.
And they do spot that sniper. Looks like our Heavy here, Remix, actually was behind the glass there, so he watched that sniper walk around, watched the sniper dot. He knows what's coming, and so he's punching that glass in defiance, saying, "You can't snipe me."
A little bit of a sniper duel going on here. Everyone kind of feeling each other out here, seeing who can get that first shot in.
Of course, neither of the snipers doing a terribly great job at hiding their laser dot, so I mean, just one quick glance from either team and they could see the sniper. But of course, whoever flinches first here, whoever gets that sniper kill first, is going to be in a great position here to push. So we'll have to see who it is. Looks like actually the sniper taking some hits for Red. That would be Jenny. Yeah, so Jenny having to get healed up. But once again, we're back to square one. Both teams have that Uber. Both teams just stalemating here on the point a little bit. So while we're waiting to watch the grass grow, once again, this is Salamancer. I'm joined by, I'm never going to remember how to pronounce your name, but I'm joined by one of Gamu's friends, Rista. Looks like a body shot came in on Speed Hack, but it didn't kill him. Speed Hack was overhealed, so well done to the Water Vapor medic, Miss Awesome.
Both medics doing a really good job passing around the heals. Can't fault either one of them for that. Keeping everyone up as much as possible, which is very good for both the teams, and because you got to heal to get the Uber built up quicker.
I kind of feel like Remix here right now, just I want to see him punch again. Oh, he's got that shotgun out. Poking him with that shotgun, just seeing if he can do like maybe 3 damage. 6 if he's lucky. Okay, looks like we finally have a pop for Fruit. They popped that Uber a little bit early, but they're going to want to. Looks like that. There goes the counter pop right now from Water Vapor, and they do manage to hold off the point for just a little bit. Remix taking a lot of hits though, and Remix, wow, just barely gets that Uber Flash to him in time. Great job by Miss Awesome, and they hold the point. Only 2 left up for Fruit Vendors. It is the Sniper and the Medic, and that's not going to be good.
Yeah, they're doing a little bit of a cleanup job. The Marmaduke finishing off the sniper. They couldn't quite get the medic, but without his team's support, the blue team captures the spire.
We've got Speed Hack here checking out his cabinet. Maybe getting a little bit of lag there. I don't know. Whoosh. All right. So we've got the choke here getting spammed by both teams, but actually the spam not very effective from Fruit Vendors. It's I feel like I'm playing Pokemon here. It's not very effective at all. There are some good sticky traps there though, so I don't think Water Vapor's going to want to push through there anytime soon.
A little bit of a stalemate. Both teams pretty near to overcharge. Miss Awesome being really close, about to have an Uber.
Now there is some coordinated spam. You know, as soon as somebody showed his head around there, it was like 8 rockets at once.
Very well done. Enough to scare them off a little bit.
Oh wow! And once again, it looks like really, really aggressive forward positioning here by that soldier, and they're bringing in the demo along with. Now we've got a counter pop from Fruit Vendors, so not a lot of damage done right away, but we'll have to see where the chips fall after these Ubers fade.
Beautiful air shot by Veronica there, taking out the blue demo.
Chris, yeah.
Very, very good move. I would sort of money morning.
Wow, Veronica just went down though. We've got Marmaduke and Miss Awesome left versus Cord, Spyro, and Dana. And actually, Miss Awesome gets taken out. Yep. So
I would have Monday morning quarterback a little bit, criticized the blue soldier a little bit for kind of jumping in a little bit early before his team was in position to follow him up, forcing the medic to pop relatively quickly.
Mike here deathmatching, I should say, with one of the scouts. He's not managing to get the upper hand in that battle, so he has to back out to the cabinet, but that'll be okay for him. We've got Chris sticky trapping, I think sticky trapping that point. Looks like he's actually not doing that. He's busy spamming the medic over there instead. Scout getting some free hits on him, but walking back out. Now we've got full Uber for Fruit Vendors, but the fact that they're not pushing in, the longer they wait to try and cap Spire, the closer Miss Awesome gets to having that 100% as well. Speed hack here. Whoa, walking right by some stickies. Uber is forced now for Fruit Vendors, so we're going to watch. Looks like they do manage to take out Miss Awesome, so that's exactly what they wanted to see out of that Uber. That maintains their advantage, and they should be able to not only cap Spire, but push into last with that.
Absolutely, and they are indeed rushing Spire.
Mike back over here, though. Mike trying to do some work by himself. That didn't really work, but if he'd gotten that soldier pick, it would have been pretty important. It looks like
a little bit of a...
Oh wow, it's their entire team down right now. There's just not a lot they're going to be able to do. Remix does go heavy, but it's going to be too late.
Yeah, this is pretty much it for that. Oh, well, maybe not.
No, it's way too late.
Great work from the scout, though.
And there's the back cap, right as everybody's chasing after that medic. Can't get that tunnel vision on the medic.
Absolutely. You focus a little bit too much on the medic, you know. It's pretty much ingrained. You see the medic, you got to go after him, and sometimes that actually isn't the right move. Sometimes you got to hold back a little bit.
So I have the same problem as Veronica, where I can't get that stair jump when I'm trying to do my demo man rollout. That means, of course, Veronica's just going to be slightly slower to the point than Chris every time, and Chris is going to be able to zone out a lot of that midpoint area, which is just going to make it that much harder for Red Team to try and push. But they do get a good pick on Chris. That's by Dana, the scout, going pretty big here. So it's looking like Water Vapor probably going to have to fall back without their demo man.
Very good work by that scout, getting a nice ambush and...
Oh, but a crits pop for Water Vapor, and yet gets bombed. So Miss Awesome down. Cord has about 93% Uber, maintained it just fine, not taking any hits at all. And now he's going to walk out here and say, guess what, guys? We've got 100% Uber advantage going into last point. Oh, no, but they don't. He actually gets popped. Wow.
forced to pop and only a scout to really help him out.
And I'm just going to go ahead and call that an error on the Scout's part. Scout should have been more aggressive in taking out that soldier once he got the heals on him, but he just didn't feel like it. So forced to pop, that's going to be a little bit demotivating, I think, for Fruit. And looks like Spyro gets taken out by some stickies, or by some pipe spam from Chris.
Yeah, they did recapture mid, but you really want to have that nice big Uber advantage that they had before. Um, that being said, they're pushing onto the Spire, and I think that we're going to have a good fight there at the end.
Yeah, it's looking like, I mean, Miss Awesome, they actually, despite the fact that Cord had to pop, Miss Awesome still does not have anywhere near 100% Uber, but I wonder if Fruit knows that. That's the question.
Yeah, you got to assume that even if you can't see where the medic's at, you got to try to assume that they're going to be healing as much as possible. Maybe the blue medic, Miss Awesome, kind of missing out on a few opportunities to heal up his team.
Got that sniper up for Remix. He doesn't manage to really do a lot of damage, though. So the Uber comes in for Fruit Vendors. Uber is going to be counter-popped here, but I think it's going to be too late. They don't have anybody on the point right now. Oh, that was really close. That was some pretty clutch defense right there. And
very good body block by the medic, running in there while Ubered, and
there
that
goes
gave us
Veronica.
time to come in.
Scout on the point again. This is a really, really dangerous situation because just one little tap on that point now from anybody could cap that point back. So looking like Water Vapor, what they probably want to do in this case, yep, they're going to send that Scout up there to try to cap the mid or the Spire, but he's already going to be too late. Looks like Fruit, because of the sort of the slow nature of a lot of the kills, they weren't all killed at once. Fruit managing to hold the Spire just fine. So we got Chris trying to set up some sticky traps here, cleverly placing them where if the enemies just kind of peek into there, they may get popped.
Right before that big push, they kind of went an interesting rollout instead of going one of the heavier classes. Both the scouts went sniper.
Oh wow, some spam takes out Jenny, I do believe, from Marmaduke Grills. So,
looks like
and
blue
Mike
team's
down
going.
now.
Looks like blue team's going to be holding off, waiting for a little bit better. But no, forced to pop, which actually might have been a tactical error because the spy was creeping right up on the medic.
Oh man. But it looks like Water Vapor really going to hold this off again. They're going to get spammed on that point a little bit. Being down low doesn't help them. And wow, that Spy really trying hard for the medic, but doesn't manage to get Miss Awesome. She's going to stay alive to fight another day.
A couple of miscalculations there, but overall, very good defense.
Chris may die here. That would not be good. Got to keep those stickies on that point to really feel safe in a situation like this. So once again, pretty much everybody up. Mike down now, being dominated by Spyro. That's not a good feeling. Feels bad, man. Remix trying to poke in, do some damage, but yeah, just that little lower door, I mean, you're going to take so much damage just walking through it from either side. So we've got the Uber is 100% now from Cord. It's 100% from Miss Awesome. We're back to the same situation we were in before, except Remix is back on Soldier instead of Spy. Mike is on Sniper.
Mike
is on Sniper.
Missed the stab, but so he's going to have to switch. Missed the stab on the Sniper.
And a second Sniper up now. It looks like Mike is not entirely sure. I mean, do they want to have two Snipers at this point? Yeah, they're watching both sides
here. This is actually the second time they're running two Snipers on this final point here.
Veronica could have been a little aggressive there, but instead deciding to just sticky trap that doorway and make sure nobody comes around for a flank. The Uber's once again ready to go. Mike takes out Jenny, so right before he's taken out by Dana, of course. So it's trading a scout for a scout. Remix, again, not playing Soldier, playing Sniper. Going down a Soldier can be a very, very difficult situation for your team to play out of.
Yeah, they're really wanting to make sure they have a counter sniper up in case someone on red team goes sniper.
Jenny sniping once again, but not quite at the point yet.
And perhaps they anticipated that a little bit, wanted to make sure they have a counter sniper up there because
there's actually a lot of spam just going on at random points on the ground right now. I think Water Vapor may expect a spy, but I don't see a spy up for Fruit right now. Jenny here sniping the, actually taking the stickies off the point. Of course, that's going to be a very inefficient way of doing it because the demo man can lay them down faster than the sniper can take them out. And they're actually being really cautious back here. They really don't want to get that medic sniped and put themselves in a bad situation. It is 1-1 right now in Water Vapor against Fruit Vendors. This is Salamancer, and joining me is Ryusta. I think I got it right, right? Mike
Yep.
gets poked in the head by a bullet and just can't take the pressure, so he lies down for a little while. He's going to take a nap on the
Oh, an
ground.
Uber pop
There's that Uber,
on
yep.
Fruit Sting.
And Marmaduke Grills gets Ubered in return. So once again, we're in that situation where we've got the Uber Medic body blocking the point. Medic's by herself right now, though, and getting spammed pretty hard. We've got BSC and Spyro down now, and looking like Dana is taken out by Marmaduke Grills and Remix. So this time, it looks like, yep, with the
Ooh,
Medic
and the
going
medic
down,
down.
Water Vapor may be in a position to push here. There we go. Mike finally taking his
This is one of
positioning.
those now or never times.
Mike and Remix are going to cap the Spire, and that's going to relieve a lot of the pressure on Water Vapor.
Absolutely, that last point is really a hard one to push out from once you're pushed there because it captures so fast and it's hard to get from the second point to the last point.
Fruit, of course, once again, capping this right back. But, well, actually, Marmaduke making a play for it, but he just jumped into, what, 2 soldiers, a demo man, and a scout. Never going to work very well there. Is this Speed Hack or Mike getting out of there? Trying to get out of there. Mike taking out Jenny. Doing some work. Of course, that means Jenny may try to go off class again for this this fight here at last. We've got pretty much everybody on their main classes for Water Vapor. Just waiting to see what Jenny comes up as. Jenny does come up as Scout. So Chris seeing that the demo man once again trying to sticky trap that lower left area. It's going to make it very difficult for the scouts to do any sort of flanking work. We've got a crits pop from Miss Awesome. Doing a little bit of damage here. They knock out Cord. And with Cord, of course, the medic knocked out for Fruit. That's once again going to put Water Vapor in a good position to cap. It's just they have to be careful right now because if they don't have anybody watching the last, and here comes Jenny, going to be real careful trying to cap this at the very last minute. Chris is watching, though. Watching. Oh, no! Oh, that was the closest thing I've
that
ever
was
seen.
so close. You got to give credit to that crit pop. That was exactly the right time and the right situation for the Kritzkrieg. Perfect surprise move. Need to build the Uber a little bit quicker, and they used the Kritzkrieg to take out both the medic and the demo, which is exactly what they needed to do. So a little bit of a fight going on with Spire.
Oh, we've got the demo man here really trying to do a lot of damage to Miss Awesome. I can't see her health right now. It's 125. So she took a couple of hits and does get knocked out by the sniper. I'm not going to say it. Miss Awesome is expecting me to say it, but I'm not going to say it. But yeah, so we've got Fruit now strongly on the offensive. They're building up that Uber real fast. And whoa! Remix taking out the medic for Fruit Vendors.
Very, very good headshot by Jenny. And that's one of the great things about rolling sniper on the second and last points, because there's just a lot of places, a lot of corners that you just don't expect a sniper to come from, even when you do.
We've got a heavy on the point now. Spyro trying to spam him a little bit and see if he can take him out. Miss Awesome already up at 40% Uber. Cord not healing anybody right now. BSC complaining a little bit about stickies, obviously the most overpowered thing in the game. Move over lasers. Stickies are where it's at. Got once again this sort of stalemate position. Like, this is the thing where both the medics went down around the same time, so Water Vapor may not realize they've got as much of an Uber as they do, or advantage as they do. Regular Medigun being run for Cord, and it looks like regular Medigun for Miss Awesome as well. So they're just,
Both teams playing incredibly cautious on the final point. Both of them not wanting to rush out, not wanting to be overly aggressive, really feeling each other out and taking their time about things.
Yeah, and I like Chris's positioning. I mean, of course, it seems a little bit cowardly almost, but standing inside the spawn, he's not going to get taken out. That means his stickies are going to stay on that point until the final battle happens.
And really, when it comes to that, there's times when that cowardice,
Oh,
that
Mike gets
evasion.
taken out trying to do some flanking work. And once again, I think that's going to mean Fruit will push in here. Although
Yep.
Jenny just gets knocked
Ah.
out. Jenny gets sniped, counter sniped by Remix. So looks like the Uber. Oh, the Uber popped a little bit too late for Miss Awesome.
Oh
Are
boy.
they going to be able to block this point? I think they will. I think they will. She did let Marmaduke get taken out, but Miss Awesome here. Oh, Miss Awesome goes down now. So wow, it's 3-on-3. It's anybody's game. But yeah, this is a situation where, oh wow, popping out Dana with the stickies. It's Demo Man versus Demo Man on the last point. Chris gets taken
That,
out, but now so does Veronica.
that was a really good last point fight, and I think we're gonna probably end up right back where we started from. Looks like he's going for the Spire,
Speed
but
hack is, but yeah, he's going to get bombed in by that soldier. Now, it's a difficult situation to be in when you're the soldier, trying to jump up there and knock out a scout, because the scout can get a really good meat shot on you, and you've already just taken damage from rocket jumping yourself. But it looks like Speed hack does get taken out by BSC. So we are going to be back to the same freaking situation, guys. Welcome to Badwater, or Badlands. Badwater's that other map.
Demo spamming down by the door there, but he really needs to get more stickies. There he goes. He puts them on the point.
Oh, Remix! Oh wow, there's actually a sticky right there. If that had been, if that pop had been called, that really could have killed Remix and put a lot of hurt on the Water Vapor team. Looks like an
Fruit,
offensive heavy coming in from Jenny.
yeah, they're kind of pushing on in,
Just,
using
throw whatever
heavy.
you got at the wall and see what sticks.
Exactly. Being a little bit more experimental here, trying some different classes.
We
And
got the Uber
Uber
coming in.
pop.
And they're going to keep their soldiers Ubered. But looks like the heavy, wow, the heavy actually gets Girardi. That's going to make him a lot weaker. However, it does get capped. So that's going to mean Fruit going up 1-2 against Water Vapor.
And that was a very well played round. A little bit of turtling, a little bit of caution on that last point, but really you got to. Both teams really have to be cautious when it comes to there.
Watching Chris's rollout here. I mean, he's very consistent with this rollout.
He has been a very good player for the team.
We've
Always
got
having
potential for some flanking over there. We've got the soldiers bombing in up here. We've got Spyro down so far, and Chris down. So the demo man for blue team is down right now. Remix trying to do some damage to that medic. But it looks like with only 3 up and a lot of pressure on the medic, Water Vapor's going to have to fall back. Remix actually taking a lot of damage here. Marmaduke goes down from some well-placed pipes. So it's just Remix and Miss Awesome here at the middle point. They did manage to preserve their Uber, so it's going to be a fight over the Spire. Excuse me, guys. Or it's not going to be a fight over the Spire.
Yeah, they're being a little bit more cautious here. Well, they might be pulling out here. Holding that Uber as long as possible, seeing if they can
So
keep
I'm
them.
not sure if I just saw what I think I just saw, but I think I just saw somebody get air shot in midair and use that as a continuation of the rocket jump, or it could have just been that he was jumping off this little ledge here. I don't know. Either way, though, some sick moves coming off that soldier. The offensive heavy once again coming out. Mike saying, "Wow, that's a bad idea to
A
push
little bit
into
of a
that."
miscommunication there. The Uber was popped, the heavy ran away.
So it looks like the Kinetic Gaming in the first half went 1-1. That's a really close match right now, but then so is this. So I don't think we're going to leave the Water Vapor match anytime soon. We may stop by the Kinetic match during halftime here, but I think the Water Vapor match going really well here.
Very nice, aggressive jump in by Marmaduke, taking out the scout.
Oh man, and
And we
Marmaduke
got
just gets knocked out, taking too much damage there. They're really trying hard to pressure that medic. Wow, they're trying hard to pressure that medic. They do manage to get the pick just at the last second there. Mike managing to knock out Cord. So that's going
those
to give them the strength they need to push in, do some damage. But of course, it's right now it's just Miss Awesome and Speed Hack up, so Miss Awesome has nobody to heal, and it looks like Miss Awesome is getting hunted down by a wayward scout.
middle point being captured, but those aggressive jump ins by the soldiers, sometimes they really are a gamble. They sometimes pay
Lots
off
of damage going down on both the soldiers for red right now. They are so low. One of them goes down. The other one's going to equalize out of there. Mike gets taken out by some pistol work from Jenny. And now it looks like Water Vapor managed to just lose that point, but they're going to take it right back. At least I would hope they're going to take it right back, but they've got a Demo Man putting some stickies down on it now. Wow, it's been brutal here around mid, and that Uber finally popped, forced from Miss Awesome. So that's actually going to mean Cord gets a little bit of an advantage. Once again, it's that situation where Cord actually has not been healing people this entire time, but Water Vapor may not know that. So they may not be too aggressive with this.
And it looks like Fruit is going to be running the Kritzkrieg, so we'll see how well that pays off. Or maybe we won't.
And that's halftime. So real quick here, I'm going to take a look and see if the Kinetic Gaming server is up, and I will go check it out if it is. And we'll just take a look and see what the play looks like over there, but we will of course head right back into the Water Vapor game because this is an extremely close match so far, 2-1 for Fruit Vendors so far. Of course, I did tell Ninja Nick that I would potentially stream his game tonight too. Ninja Nick, of course, the medic for Kinetic Gaming. So we're just going to take a look at what that score is. And hello, stream. How are you guys today? I should check my PMs, of course, but sometimes you just can't do that. Let's reload that HUD. There we go. All right. So here's Wheelchair Player. Looks like we've got Kinetic. It's 2-1 right now in the first half of the Kinetic game against Avoided. And Kinetic trying to push in and even it up. Sting complaining my team tells me to go in and then ditches me. It sounds like one of those things that your asshole commander does sometimes. Of course, I have no idea who the actual caller is, and I wouldn't mean to call you an asshole. I'm not a jerk. But anyway, we're watching the Kinetic game. But just for a moment here, it looks like Uber is ready for both teams. They're just seeing if, you know, it's sort of the same situation as on the other one. Everybody's, of course, playing on Badlands right now, and it can get to be a little bit choke pointy, a little bit stalematey at this last part of the map. Ben here just waiting to snipe a little bit. But, of course, he doesn't see anything. Or else he would have shot it already. We've got a nice little Max's head from our demo man here for Avoided, and that's going to be Shishi. Nice Max's head, well painted. I like it. And Ninja Nick here, I don't know, I'd hope we get to see at least one push from Kinetic, because it's going to be a nice thing to see before we go back into the Water Vapor game. Are you on the Water Vapor server right now?
I'm still on the Water Vapor server.
Has that one started back up yet?
No, we're still on halftime.
All right, let me know when that one starts to go live, and we'll hop back over once it's a decent time to do that in the Kinetic game. Kinetic Gaming is, of course, at a 1-2 deficit right now in the first half of their game. They're wanting to push in here, but they're taking a lot of damage, and so it looks like they're just playing a little bit conservative right now. It's the same situation again because, of course, whichever team loses a player first is going to put them that much further down in the DPS against the other team. DPS being damage per second, of course. And if you lose that damage per second capability against the other team, it's more likely, you know, like a good percentage more likely that your team's going to win if you push into a team with a man down. So I hope what I just said made sense. I know what I meant to say in my head. Looks like a player does go down, DNST for KNTC, and Sting now down as well. The
Looks
Uber
like,
is maintained for Ninja Nick, though.
Looks like most of the teams are starting to get ready.
Okay. Interestingly, it looks like Avoided actually pushed out here without really taking out too much. You know, there wasn't even an Uber battle. Avoided just pushed out. And Kinetic says, okay, well, I guess we'll try and have a little battle here down in this hallway. Ubering the demo, but doesn't work all that well, so Ninja Nick falls back, and it looks like there's going to be a fight over the second. Shrew, the medic
Second half starting here.
All right. Shrew or Shishi, the medic for Avoided, goes ahead and Ubers. So we're just going to watch this Uber push here, see what happens, see if Avoided can take back that middle point. And then we'll head back over to the Water Vapor game because them's my boys. So I will be casting, of course, trying to cast some Kinetic games in the future because Ninja Nick's a cool dude. Like him. They do manage to catch that Spire. And so with that happening, I think we're going to head back on over to Water Vapor. Of course, not doing a lot to change maps. Hopefully my RAM says, oh yeah, I've already got that loaded. So yeah, how's it going?
Well, Water Vapor being kind of bullied around here, but pretty even fight at the point. But Fruit's starting to go down really bad. They're down to their medic, and it looks like Water Vapor is taking the middle.
Excellent. I just finished the last of my cola. And we've got, the medic gets taken
Oh,
out
the
by
medic gets
Remix,
very nice
equalized to
equalizer by
death.
Remix.
So wow, that's going to put them at such a huge disadvantage. The thing is, Miss Awesome actually has a crit squeak right now, and not a regular Uber. So it's going to be interesting to see how they decide to push in. Pushing in
Oh,
here, they're
beautiful,
gonna.
beautiful ambush by that soldier taking out Miss Awesome.
Oh man.
And I guess we won't. Once again, we won't see how the Kritzkrieg works out because Miss Awesome taken out very, very handily by the soldier.
Good stuff. We actually
We
got
got
a. We finally seeing the first engineer of the game. We saw a lot of engineering going on in the pregame, but now we've got the sentry gun sitting there behind that pillar, so it can't be spammed or taken out very easily. And it's going to shut down. Of course, it will shut down the scouts, but it does a lot of damage to other classes too.
and really the sentry being not meant as much for killing, but more of a deterrent. They have to focus on the sentry before they can actually do anything, unless they can sneak by it. But it's a focus of their fire, while their team gets to be more focused on killing people.
Yep. And so we've got 100% Uber for Cord, so only 75% for Miss Awesome. They knew they took her down, but it looks like their positioning just wasn't good enough. They didn't feel very confident about their kill capabilities there, so they turtled up on
Mike,
that point.
Mike using a nice little glitch here, standing on top of the light bulb there. Very nice place in case someone on blue team goes scouting ahead for a very good ambush.
Looks like we got the Demo Man here really being aggressive for fruit vendors. Unlike Chris, Demo Man just spamming all these pipes in here, trying to deal as much damage as you can, because of course the more damage a team takes, the harder it is for them to make an effective push. And sometimes you actually have to pop that Uber just to keep your guys alive. So the sentry gun is up. Looks like they may not have even known about this. Miss Awesome having to fall back, and that Uber just did not work very well. Now we've got Marmaduke actually took out BSC, so it looks like they traded a soldier for a soldier, and Scout may have gone down as well. But yeah, not a very effective Uber there. It's just that they did force Fruit to have to pop it as well. So Fruit is going to be Fruit's going to be sitting back and turtling up once again.
Absolutely, and Fruit really did have a very creative defense there. Uh, got the medic to Uber, timed their counter Uber pretty well. Had it just in time to keep everyone up, and they were able to hold the point.
Fruit is being very aggressive at building their Uber here. They're having their soldier harm himself. Whoosh. All right, there we go. Just to build that up. And Water Vapor actually doesn't even hold the upper lobby right now, really. I don't think fruit vendors can afford to capitalize on that, though, because they've got their medic and their heavy. And those, of course, not the greatest offensive classes to really go pushing in somewhere.
Miss Awesome with a full Uber, so's Cord. So
Remix once again going on Spy. Let's see if we
seeing
find
if
him. Looks like
Remix
he's
is able to sneak in, get a
probably
pick
taking some
there.
hits. And there we see Mike on the, briefly making his little cameo. Remix is running the Cloak and Dagger, so I think I like the choice of going Spy. Cloak and Dagger, of course, going to let him camp and choose that right moment to pop out. I think he'll probably try to sap the sentry or just get a good pick maybe on the heavy. He's still waiting. Still waiting here, and that Uber's actually popped for Water Vapor. Looks like it did a lot of damage. Fruit managed to lose the point, so that's going to be that. I don't think Remix managed to do a heck of a lot with his going Spy there, but I guess they didn't need
It's
him for the
a
push nonetheless.
nice way to exacerbate the cliche of the Cloak and Dagger, waiting until everything's done. And it looks like once again Chris is there before Veronica. So
Yeah, Chris
again,
just, I'm sure Chris has practiced that loadout a lot. Looks like Sticky's taking out Jenny. Spyro finishing off Remix there, and looks like a lot of death for Blue. But whoa, bad positioning here. The Demo Man gets a lot of free damage, knocks out Chris. Whoa, I think somebody on Red Team forgot to call out that there was a Demo Man to the left. It's kind of an important thing to mention. Veronica does get finally caught and taken out, but not before dealing some pretty hefty damage to the Water Vapor team.
Water Vapor taking out the or taking the Spire here, and
Yeah, and they're being very, very aggressive. Right? Well, they were being aggressive up until the scouts started to attack, and so they have to force that Uber a little bit early. But they do have the Uber. They're going to push it to the last point, and I don't think there's a lot that Fruit can really do here. Looks like the medic getting shot. Oh, so close to going down, but going to get back inside that. Doesn't matter though. Scouts, soldiers, everything on the point. There was just too much there for Fruit to handle, and so that's going to actually mean it's 3-1 right now for Water Vapor.
very good work by the scouts taking out that demo so they can get on the point, get those stickies off the point so they can capture it.
Looks like Remix having a little bit of a a little bit of encouraging words there to say for BSC. All right, so we've got a lot of action coming in here on the point. Blue team being aggressive here, trying to knock out. Looks like they do manage to knock out Kriz and Speedhack. Veronica taken out in exchange, so the demo men for both teams are down. But that's going to mean this time, Fruit vendors have won the mid fight, and it seems like whoever's winning the mid fights is more or less winning these matches, as neither team has really been able to effectively push out of their last point by the time it gets to there.
The mid fight, it can't be stressed enough how crucial that first mid fight is, because the further
Oh,
back you're
Medic
pushed,
gets taken out for Fruit.
very good pick.
They
Very
were
good pick
so
by
close to
Montague.
capping that mid, but now it looks like they didn't realize that they were just getting pressured too hard there. They didn't make the right call to back out.
But yeah, that mid fight absolutely crucial to the game, because the further back you get pushed, the harder it's going to be to get back your momentum and get going. Especially when you get to those final points, you really have to stay back, because just a couple second cap is going to end the game.
So we've got looks like the blue demo man just pushing out here a little bit. Does manage to knock out, or looks like Dana gets knocked out, I should say, by some sticky spam down there at the Spire. So never fun to be spammed from high ground, but it happens. Jenny now taken out as well. So actually, blue is 3 down right now. Fruit really not in a good position here.
Medic taken out.
Medic's taken out. They don't have their Uber. They really just don't have anything right now. So it looks like blue is going to cap this without even having to push in with the Uber. There they go.
Very well played by nice meet the medic taunt there, but
Oh.
very nice played by Water Vapor.
I love that taunt. Somebody, actually, I'm going to give a shout out here right now to Aradia from the Sepulchitude server who gave me that taunt. Just gratis, free of charge. I was like, oh, sweet. So Chris actually messed up his rollout a little bit there. Chris, I just want you to know that I've been watching you do these consistent rollouts and been really, really impressed. And now you're just a little bit later to that mid fight, but of course doing a lot of damage here. Looks like we got Soldier bombing in, trying to knock out. Looks like he does manage to knock out BSC. And now that medic is getting hurt, having to back off with only 30 health for Cord, and Remix knows it. Going to try and get some damage done, and does manage to take out Cord. So I think this may just be the end of the game, because right now we're looking at Water Vapor having a 4-2 or 4-3 advantage.
Water Vapor really rallying here on the second half. They played a little bit more cautiously, made a few mistakes in the first half, but and we got Fruit running a pyro.
Yeah, just going to try and, of course, the point of the pyro trying to block some of that spam and reflect it back on the other enemy team. But there you go. Water Vapor has won.